Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind. This is your channel for grace. Welcome everyone to the broadcast. Thanks for watching live. Thanks for watching the replay. Excited to be here today for our weekly astrology and Akashic reading. So I'll show you the astrology of the week. I'll show you the charts, and then we will go into the Akashic reading, pull some tarot and oracle cards to see what the message is for us for the week. So we'll dive into that in a moment. If you are here watching live, please say hi in the chat. I love the live interaction. I'm also very excited. Today I released episode 33 of my podcast with Matias De Stefano, and it was so much freaking fun. And I've been literally waiting for this moment for like freaking 5 years, and it finally happened, and I'm just so grateful, feeling so grateful today. There's so many synchronicities. Today is the heliacal rising of the Sirius star in Egypt, so basically like the Lion's Gate in Egypt. Today is also Matias De Stefano's birthday. We are on the 33rd gene key, which is also Matias's life work, but we're all being influenced by the energy. I just think it's crazy, like so many synchronicities. We just got done with the 5 days out of time, and we're like, I feel like we're entering a new portal. I mean, Happy New Year. Like it's the Atlantean New Year, like just so much fun. Hey, Shannon, welcome in. So good to see you. Of course, another Leo comes into the chat on this powerful Leo season. Hello, Anastasia. Welcome in. Hello, Diane. Welcome in. So yeah, it's so excited for that podcast. Check it out, you guys. Oh my God, it was so fun. Rochelle, hello. So yes, and also if you like the content of the channel, please share it out. Also, make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live and when I upload videos. And also download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It enters you into my email list, and I send out the weekly moon magic report, written out, the story woven together throughout the week in written form, which is really nice. This is also the newsletter, so it tells you like what events are coming up, what broadcasts you missed for the weeks, kind of putting it all together, and any courses coming up as well. Hello, Trina, welcome in. Yes. Oh, did you watch it? Oh, hey, Kim. Kim's here too. Yes, it was really good. I had a blast doing it, and I had a blast listening to it again. And I just posted a clip of it on my Instagram, and it's a little surreal, but so much magic. This is magic right now, you guys. This week is literally the Lion's Gate, and I'll show you what we're leading into next week, because I have to tell you about it because it's all within the Lion's Gate energy. But there's some epic stuff happening. Also, if you haven't checked it out, please check out Christopher Witecki's Step Astrology School. There's a coupon below. It's a class to learn about step astrology, which is basically learning about the numerology, but it's beyond that. The manifesting with the numbers and the degrees of the zodiac wheel. And that doesn't even come close to describing the power of knowing the step system. I'm starting to see it come alive in my life. I'm starting to think of like, oh my God, step zero. It's like we're talking about step zero. I'm like, oh, I'm going to put that in a womb. And you guys probably, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably like, what the fuck is she talking about? But oh my God, it's like really cool. So learning how to really manifest, I think that's the magic of this class. And then understanding yourself at a deep level with the degrees of like, where's your sun? Where's your moon? Where's your Pluto? And so amazing. Join us. I'm taking the class. I'm taking the professional version. There's a personal version. Check it out. All the links are below. Also join us in the global community. It's our free kind of private Facebook space where I host all my classes, my courses. I have free events, free classes, free meditations, all kinds of fun stuff in the global community. It's held on the Mighty Networks app, and our network is called Channel for Grace. So hopefully I will see you guys there. All right, let's dive into the astrology of the week. It's your birthday week. That's right, Shannon. Yeah, like Leo vibes are strong. Like, how different is Leo season from Cancer season? You know what I mean? So much. Like, it's really truly the fire. And it's the fixed fire. It's the fire that sustains in the heart. So what are we looking at today in terms of the astrology? Let's dive into the story. So we know we're in Leo season. The sun begins today at 12 degrees. We have not any significant specific aspect happening today other than outside of the astrology, just in terms of the actual placement of the stars in the sky. Today is the day of the new Atlantean year, the heliacal rising of the Sirius star in ancient Egypt. in Egypt. But this is powerful, right? This is connections to the Atlantean path, the initiatic path. I mean, there's a lot that you can connect to. It's a portal. It's like a new year today. So that's significant. When we get to tomorrow is when we have kind of our first powerful aspect. And will you believe it? Let's see where we're at. August 5th. We've got the moon enters Capricorn. But before that, let me backspace a little bit. What I want to show you is this. That tonight into tomorrow, the moon is in Sagittarius and the moon makes a conjunction to the galactic center. So basically, if I go back to now, you can see the moon is at 21, very close. So the galactic center is 27 degrees. The galactic center is the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. It's like tapping into the Akashic of our solar system. And in learning the step astrology system so far, it is literally all about our solar system creates the container for us to be able to exist here on the planet, to have a soul. And with the moon on the galactic center, which is like the extension into our galaxy, it activates the Akashic, the stories, the ancient stories that go way, way back. Lemuria, Atlantis, way back, that remind us of why we're here, remind us of our mission. It's a very like Kundalini awakening channel and very powerful. You can also see that, I just want to show you, just yesterday on Sunday, Uranus moved to 1 degrees of Gemini. So he finished his transit through Pleiades, through Alcyone anyways, and has now moved into 1 degree of Gemini. So that portal is complete, but now the new year begins. It's kind of interesting. We've been tapping into a lot about the Pleiades. So one thing I've been recommending to people, especially like in the Moon Goddess training that we're doing right now, level 2, I was recommending that people read the book Bringers of the Dawn by Barbara Marciniak, who channeled the Pleiades in the 80s. And the book is just amazing. And then there's another book as well by her that is also out that is really powerful. Connections to the Pleiades are basically like, this is a time of powerful portal that has been open since Uranus entered Gemini, and it had recently closed literally yesterday. So now the new year begins, and let's go back to, here we go, Tuesday. Okay, I want to go to the 6th. So now we're at Wednesday. Sun is at 14 degrees. The planet Mars. This is one of the biggest things of the week. Mars enters Libra on Wednesday, and Mars in Libra is in detriment, but he's moving away from the South Node, which is really nice because Mars in the South Node can feel like we're being pulled backwards, and Mars representing drive and motivation. We don't want to focus too much in that space. Like, there was things to see, there was things to learn, things to release, but now it's time to like, okay, we got to move on to the next thing. Now we're looking for more balance and harmony, but we may have a difficult time making decisions because Mars in Libra in detriment will have a hard time like choosing. Like, well, maybe this or maybe that, but like I have to see all sides of the coin. There's a time and a place for it. So if you have Mars in Libra, of course, you're having your Mars return. But if you don't have Mars in Libra, this is an opportunity to find that balance and to find that harmony. It's not like Mars in Libra is a bad thing, but it can feel at a shadow frequency that you're stuck because you can't quite make up your mind. So I'm releasing an article in the Starseed membership all about Mars in Libra. And every time a planet changes signs and everything, you get all the information you need to guide you through the transit in the Starseed membership, which is amazing. So we have this happening on Wednesday. And then we get to the next day, which brings the sun at 15 degrees of Leo. The other thing that's happening this week is the moon is waxing gibbous, because we literally have a full moon this week on the fucking Lion's Gate. Okay, like, did you guys even know that? Like, I was like, so much going on that I was like, wait a minute, August 8th in the Pacific time zone is the full moon? I'm like, no, that can't be right. No, it's right. So we're leading up to full moon this week, and I can feel it. You know, Leo energy, but a full moon in Aquarius is where we're going to see it, is very activating, very alive. So we have on this day, August 7th, the sun making a conjunction to Ursa Major, which is the Big Bear constellation. And that is a connection to the Liakish starseed family, and essentially calls us to bask in the pure light of purification, which is crazy because the full moon is happening on the 13th Jinki, which is the codon ring of purification. With the sun basically on Ursa Major Liakish, the planet that holds only light, and it's for cleansing. It's resting and cleansing and basking in the light. Like, you just can't make this stuff up. That's the full moon in that space. So we continue moving forward, and then we get to the 8th, and we have Mars make a trine to Uranus, but it's not just a trine. It's actually a grand trine with Pluto. And the moon will make a conjunction as well to Pluto on this day, activating that grand trine. And they are basically exactly opposing. Mars is almost exactly opposing, moving in the direction of opposing Saturn and Neptune. So it's a kite, it's a grand kite that points at Saturn and Neptune, right? And they're both retrograde, and there's this aspect of reflection that is coming up for us on the path of karmic healing. And it's more about awareness, but it's like, okay, where are you at in this duality of Aries Libra? Like, how much action versus diplomacy? How much, drive and motivation? And like, this isn't really a time to act so much as it is a time of like sensing and contemplating. So Grand Trine in air activates the mind, which I love because I'm a mental projector, but it enhances our ability to see more, to witness more, to expand the mind, and the ability to receive information. This is also obviously the Lion's Gate, and astrologically significant because you can see the moon right there at 13 degrees. And if it just goes a few degrees forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's like 5 hours later, 6 hours later, let's get to the moment so you can actually see it. So the moon, the full moon, is happening at 17 degrees, 1 minute, I believe 1 minute, it could be later. 17 degrees essentially of Aquarius. And come on. Oh, went too far. Sorry. Yeah, I went too far. That's why. That's right. Go backwards. So around 17 degrees, 1 minute, 17 degrees, 0 minutes. And so on the West Coast, right, we're talking USA, I guess 1659. On the West Coast, it's happening at like 12:54 a.m.-ish. So essentially happening on the 9th, technically happening on the 9th, early in the morning on the 9th in the East Coast. But because it's a full moon and the fullness is happening around like 1 a.m., between midnight and 1 a.m., you're going to see it more on basically on the 8th, Friday night. That's when you're going to see like the big full moon. You'll see it again. You'll see it again the next day on the 9th at night, but it's closer to full on the 8th. So anyways, it's here like being activated on the Lion's Gate. And that's the day that Mars makes the exact opposition to Neptune. And we're feeling that there's a little bit of confusion. I am going to do a full broadcast just on this moon, on the astrology of this moon. So we'll be on the lookout for that. But this is why this is, significant. And then we get to the 10th, August 10th, and we see a trine from Mars to Pluto, the exact trine from Mars to Pluto as the moon enters into Pisces. And then the energy of the full moon kind of starts to wane away. So that's the power of the astrology of the week. So like we have the activation of the new Atlantean year, the heliacal rising of the Sirius star, the Lion's Gate, that's like the modern celebration of it on August 8th, but it happens to be on the full moon, which is kind of crazy. So the significant thing is on that full moon, what's being activated. And then what I want to share is, and the moon is waxing gibbous the whole week, so it's intensifying emotion, energy, just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So let me go back. Let me go to this. Let's come back here. And what I want to share is just a little bit from the gene keys that the moon and the sun will be activating this week. So I want to bring our attention to the 33rd gene key, which moves from the shadow of forgetting to the gift of mindfulness and the city of revelation. So like this heliacal rising new Atlantean year literally brings a revelation. It asks us to stop putting things aside, stop forgetting things, and step into mindfulness. It's literally described as the final revelation, and it's the codon ring of trial. So it's like you got to get through kind of the heaviness. And then the moon is happening on the 13th gate, which we'll talk about. But what I love about that one is it's all about listening through love. And it is the codon ring of purification, like I mentioned. So we're moving from discord to discernment to empathy with the full moon. So this week it's like we're remembering, right? This is why it's so crazy to me. Matthias's life work is the 33rd Jinki, because he calls himself the rememberer. Like I did a video on him, and you can go watch that video. I talk about this. Like he calls himself the rememberer, and his life's work is the shadow of forgetting. It's just, you can't make this stuff up. It's just way too fun to play around with all of these things. So full moon week, Lionsgate, new Atlantean year, there's a lot, and you probably are feeling the intensity of the energy that is here and that has arrived. And Mars entering into Libra, another big thing. So let us now open up the records and pull some cards and see what the cards want to tell us. What is our message, our intuitive message for the week? From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow. May understanding descend. And may we be blessed with the light of love. love the transition, the energetic transition that I feel when I say that prayer. There's just something about it. And that prayer, I channeled it. It came to me very quickly, and it has everything to do with the dimensions, all the different dimensions, the experience of seeing the world through all of the different dimensions. I explained this in my Moon Goddess training. All right, let us pull some cards and see what is our message on this full moon week. And again, I'll be going live on Thursday to talk about the full moon. And then on Friday, we'll do our ceremony. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, guys. All right, shuffling the tarot. So what is the current energy? What's the first thing that we need to know? What do we need to be aware of right now? What's our jumping off points? Just show me the money. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. We got 2 cards. So we get the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles reversed. So I'll show these to you on the screen. So this is a moment where we're it's funny, like the new Atlantean year speaks of like, it's a reset, and we are also coming out of this energy, the 5 days out of time, where we've been contemplating and like seeing how much we've grown. I feel like it's a moment, we're in this moment of just observing ourselves, witnessing ourselves, and kind of taking count, and in the pause to actually realize, wow, this is where I'm actually at. Some of us, though, may be having a hard time seeing it. And that's where we're at. So, what is the challenge for the week? I feel like the challenge will be like opening your eyes, seeing the magic everywhere, the magic in the mundane. Oh, wow. Okay. We actually got the world upside down, the world card reverse. This is a very important card. It's the last card of the major arcana. So if this card upright is a completion, then this card says it's not over. It's not the end. And it could be pointing to some kind of a beginning. But again, because this card is like the 0 point, I think the challenge, okay, I'm going to read this in a way that probably didn't expect. The challenge for us this week is, and we're going to talk about step 0. If you have not, and I'll say this too, because I know Christopher is very, he cares a lot about the integrity of the step system. And I do want to specify that I am studying step astrology, that I'm not certified in it yet, but I'm very intuitive, and things just come to me. So I'm going to be like bringing it in everything I do, because it's just the natural flow. But anyways, what I'm feeling into this is that, so step 0, as I've learned this week, has to do with putting a boundary, putting a container, holding the space for something to manifest. So the challenge is we need to build that container. The challenge is we need to build that womb. We need to put our manifestations into the womb. But we won't know what that is unless we're clear about what we want to create, what we want to manifest this new year. So you can think of this as like an intention setting moment, because it is the new year, the new Atlantean year. And you can also think of it as also a completion with the full moon in Aquarius. You got Leo and Aquarius, right? They're opposing. And so I think the challenge is going to be, how do we find our way back to the beginning, while at the same time understanding the completion? This also reminds me of like a black hole. And Matthias, in the episode that we just recorded the other day, that came out today, he was talking about how the black hole is related to the 4th dimension, in the sense that like being in the fourth dimension feels like you're frozen in between, like forever in time in a black hole. So I'm feeling this like we're stuck. There's a portal, like the zero is a portal, and we need to somehow realign ourselves. Like the challenge is, how do you realign yourself, right? Okay. Overall theme. Next card. What is the overall theme for the week? I love how that episode's getting a lot of comments already. It's kind of amazing. All right, we got a lot of cards for the overall theme. 3 cards, they're all upright. We've got Page of Wands. This is manifestation, like what that like the wands represents what you're wanting to manifest and focus on. So this is like focus. Maybe this is how we're gonna do it. Focus on the manifestation, right? First card. Second card, Knight of Cups. Let the universe bring you the offering, like receive. Receive. Focus, receive. It's coming. It's coming. But it's not going to just magically appear. Like the opportunity, that the offering is coming. You need to both have the creative life force, passion, and the heart. Your heart needs to be in it. Your heart needs to be fully in it. And it's not just going to happen on its own. You need to collaborate with people to make it happen. This is literally like I was talking to Robert Grant the other day, and he said, someone did a video of him and he said that his card is like in the tarot was the architect card, which is crazy, right? But this is the architect card. And so it's about literally building something. So there is a building of something, but it's collaboration because it's the 3 people. Like you need the designer, you need, so maybe this may not mean that you actually have to work with other people. It may mean that you need to take account of like the different aspects that it's going to take to actually make it happen. Like a part of you needs to be like fully in it, like passionately. A part of it needs to make sure like your heart is in it. A part of it needs to make sure you're in alignment. A part of you needs to like write down the steps. You know, the part of you needs to focus on like the path towards the goal. A part of you needs to set the goal. And all of this will help us realign ourselves so that we are essentially in the right way and in alignment, creating the space, the womb that will hold the manifestation. And if you don't have this step, it's not going to manifest. So I think it's understanding that you got to hold space for your manifestations to happen, and you have to kind of organize the energy and make sure that all the pieces are together in order to actually make it happen, to bring it to life. All right, a lot about manifesting. This week is a lot of manifesting energy. What is the wisdom from our ancestors? Oh, look at this. 9 of Pentacles. The wisdom is literally you're already there. You've already done it. You've already done it. And that's the joke. Is that in the beginning, it was like some people can't see how far they've come. So they're kind of lost. They don't know what's happening. So this was like, you gotta reorganize your energy. You gotta like sit with it and be like, where's my this part? Where's my that part? Where's my mind? Where's my heart? Where's my passion? Where's my creativity? Are they all aligned to actually build this thing? And then the joke is that you're already done it. So this to me feels like our spirit guides are being like, this is the confirmation that in the future, this is you. And you did it on your own. You didn't need anybody. And you're in your garden and you're just enjoying the luxury of fucking everything you've manifested. You're already there. So if you can tune into, this is tapping into the conversation I had with Matthias. If you can tune into the fact that life is not linear, that it's quantum and it's multidimensional, when you are tuning into the reality that the outcome has already occurred and it's occurring at the same time, like you never had a past life, it's just it's the same life that's just been ongoing forever, that everything is happening right now. Bring the awareness of this into right now. And that is what's going to hold the space and align you to the actual seeing it unfold in the physical. Whoa. All right. Animal spirit for the week. Which animal wants to guide us this week on this full moon? Mars, Libra, Lionsgate, all kinds of stuff. The opossum. That's an interesting card. All right, I'm excited to see what this one's about. The opossum. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. I'm sorry. You can't make this shit up. Know when to retreat and back down when confrontation will not serve you. The reason why I stopped at that word retreat, because the sun is on the 33rd gate or jinki, and it's called the gate of retreat. And it's about taking time to sit in quiet solitude so that you can actually fucking reflect on the past enough to understand it. Sensing circuit. When you're dealing with conflict and need to back down, let a possum be your guide. Do not let fiery emotions cloud your judgment and decision-making abilities. When calm and rational action is needed, while it is necessary to honor the feelings invoked by anger and frustration, it is also necessary to let those feelings settle before acting on them. That's Mars in Libra. Anger is an important energy that helps us to take action. Oh, that's like my song, I Forgive, and make important changes in life. A possum is very good at knowing when to retreat when there is too much chaotic energy. Take a deep breath and surrender to the feelings rather than act on them. Wow. Ask yourself what lessons they teach you and what mistakes you wish to avoid in the future. Take your power back through self-control and backing down when it is best to cut your losses and move on. What? Oh my God. Okay. So that's it. That's our message. Pretty powerful message. Pretty powerful week. I'm wishing you the best epic quantum week that you've ever had. This full moon is happening on my SQ sphere. And it's my design Venus, which is a very interesting thing. Listening through love. Listening through love. We'll talk about that on Thursday. Let me close the records. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. Remembering we walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding the sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. Satnam, everyone, have an amazing week. I will be back on Thursday to talk about the full moon in Aquarius and look at the charts, Jinkies, human design, and go check out the episode podcast 33 with Matias De Stefano that I just released this morning. See you guys on Thursday. Satnam.